morning guys, thanks very much for joining me this morning, or this afternoon if you're watching in the afternoon obviously. Welcome to the start of a new series. I've been sort of turning this sort of thing over in my head for a while. Videos on a subject that I'm just thinking about that are more sort of chatty and hopefully interactive in the comments. They may be alphabetical, they may not. Obviously this is A, is for ageing, so that's the start. But if I've got something on my mind that doesn't fit in with the next letter, I may well go off-piste and go to O or S or P or who knows. But it's the start, as I said, it's the first in a new series. I got the idea, it was something that I've been turning over in my head, but it sort of crystallised when I saw Lauren and the Books is doing a alphabetical series, similar but different, so I'll link her channel below anyway. But yeah, I wanted to just be able to chat unplanned, unscripted if you like. I haven't made notes or anything about a particular subject, and the subject of ageing and anti-aging has been on my mind a little bit. I would think it's fair to say that 2018 is quite a big year in terms of age and ageing in our family. I am going to be 50 in August, which I may have mentioned a bajillion times, possibly on here. And my father is going to be 80 very shortly after that in September, and my son William turned 18 in February this year. So some big old milestone birthdays going on. I'm not going to lie, I'm not particularly looking forward to being 50. I don't think it's so much the number, although obviously half a century has connotations. You've very much had the first half of your life at least, haven't you? And going into the second half, possibly the third, if you like, depending on how unlucky you are, I don't know. But I think as well, because I've had some health issues that have sort of brought home to me the fact that I'm getting older, and over the last sort of 6 to 9 months I've really felt where I've been diagnosed with osteoarthritis, and I had a heart scare, and I've got high blood pressure. I'm on medication for that. So all sort of, I've also had to get glasses in the last 12 months for reading. So all those sort of reminders, if you like, that you are getting older and you're not invincible, and ageing is something that happens to us all. I think with my son, obviously it's a big year for him. He's doing his A-levels shortly. I can hear his Pink Floyd revision music through the wall as we speak. You might be able to hear it as well. I think it's Wish You Were Here, I think, this morning. I don't think you can hear it actually, it's very faint, but yeah. He's studying hard for his A-levels. He's hoping to go off to uni in September, so big life changes for him. He passed his driving test at the end of last year, and he zips around in his car now. So it's really felt the last 12 months he's really grown up and become an adult. I'm very proud of him, obviously. But yeah, that ageing process from child to teen to adult has been quite... We only have the one child, which may be a subject of a future video, I was thinking this morning. But yeah, we've only got the one child, so it's sort of a bittersweet looking forward to that empty nest thing, or looking ahead to that empty nest thing, I should say, as far as Will's concerned. With my father, I have touched upon the fact on here that he is he has recently been diagnosed with senile dementia and Alzheimer's in fairly early stages at the moment. But again, that is a reminder with aging that almost the juxtaposition has been quite interesting for me. As William gets older and is preparing to leave home, there is that issue with my father that he's going to need my support and my brother's support a lot more in the future. So it's sort of the circle of life, I guess you'd call it. And obviously it's not a nice thing to see a parent go through that. However, having said that, I'm 50 years old. A lot of people have lost their parents by the time they're my age. So I'm grateful for the privilege to be able to spend my father's later years in life with him. you know, it's not like he doesn't recognise me or anything like that at the moment. It's but obviously the situation isn't going to get any better. It's only a downhill thing. But I think I've learned over the last decade particularly that worrying about something that might happen in the future or even is going to happen is just completely pointless, because you've only really got today. And I think that's another thing with ageing. You do tend to get a little bit wiser, don't you? I'm not saying that I'm any level of, you know, I'm not the wisest person in the world, and God, I've got my faults and everything, but you do tend to see things with a little more perspective as you get older, and I think that is one of the privileges of getting older. I mean, getting older itself, ageing, is a privilege. So many people lose their lives through illness or accidents or all manner of different things, you know, before their time, if you like. That every day we're given in this life to live is just a gift, isn't it? And I am genuinely, not just sitting here says, I'm genuinely grateful for every single day I wake up and every single day my family are well and healthy, and it's life is a gift, and that's something I've really learned as I age more, and I suspect that it will become more and more, I'll feel that more strongly as I do get older. So obviously, apart from all the woes and miseries of getting older in terms of health issues and memory loss and all those things that come to us that we probably don't want, we do recognise it as a privilege to have lived full and happy lives and to be continuing to do so, and I think we need to never lose sight of that ever. It's quite an important thing. But what I also wanted to touch on in this video was to talk about anti-aging. That I watch a lot of YouTube and I watch a lot of beauty YouTubers. I enjoy that sort of video. However, what does disturb me, and also with the advertising, they're not disturb me, that's the wrong word, but it sits uneasily with me, is the desire to look younger. And I notice there's a lot with YouTubers. They will title their videos how to look younger, and you see it in advertising all the time. It's not just YouTubers, but there was one I watched particularly the other day that really sat uneasily with me. This particular person just didn't want, she wanted to look younger than she was. And I think, don't get me wrong, I sit here with a face full of makeup and I like nice clothes and do my hair nicely. I think it's important to make the best of yourself, to whatever you perceive that to be. You know, a face full of makeup is not making the best of yourself for a lot of people. I absolutely understand that and support your right to feel that. But yeah, I think it's nice to make the best of yourself, but I don't want to look 20 again. You know, if you said to me, would you like to reverse time and live your life again? Yeah, absolutely, of course I would. I don't think anybody would want not to, and I'd live it exactly the same as well. That's an interesting subject for a video. But yeah, I don't want to be 50 and look 20. I don't want, again, Botox, not for me, I don't think, but you know, people like to have that frozen forehead, no expression thing going on, don't they? Which is fine. I don't think all Botox is like that. I think there are obviously degrees of it. And if you want to go down that route, all power to you. If you want to have a facelift, sometimes I think, you know, that would actually be quite nice, getting rid of those lines. But I can live without it. Frankly, I'd rather spend the money on 2 weeks in the sunshine on holiday, having fun, when it came down to it. But I'm happy to look as good as I can for my age. I would like to look as good as I can for my age, and that's what I strive towards. I don't want to look younger, and I think this constant chase, and the media feed it to us, don't they? And Instagram and filters and you know, make the best of yourself, that's great, but don't strive to look younger than you are. You know, you've lived to this age, be grateful for how you look, be happy about it. This is turning into something that it kind of wasn't meant to be in the first place, but I do feel quite strongly about that, and I don't want to be pushed into thinking by the media that I ought to be looking younger. This whole anti-aging thing, you know, I like a good wrinkle cream, I like to nourish my face, I want to look as good as I can for as long as I can, but I don't want to look 20 or 25. That is not my desired aesthetic, if you like. So yeah, the whole aging thing, I think, is something that's been on my mind, obviously because of the milestone ages that we're reaching, and a lot of people have asked me how I'm going to celebrate my 50th birthday, and the answer is I'm not. I did think of lots of different ways that I could celebrate a part. I don't really want to have a big party. We had a massive party here when we moved in. It was lovely and I enjoyed it, but it was really, really hard work, so I don't think I'd go down that route. We have talked about going away possibly, but we go away on holiday anyway, so I don't think I'd make a special holiday for my 50th. Also, my 50th happens exactly at the time when William will have just got his A-level results, and things might be a bit up in the air as far as where he's going, so we kind of want to get that's sort of my priority, to sort that out at the moment. If I was to choose something that I'd like to do for my 50th, it would probably be a trip to New York, which, you never know, might happen this year, might happen next year, or in 5 years' time. Who knows? It's certainly not something I've either planned or looked into for this year. We are celebrating my dad's 80th birthday. We are going to, or hopefully going, actually I'll tell you about that when we've booked it, because it's only a plan at the moment, not a definite arrangement. And for William's 18th, he had a celebration with his friends and a bit of a party back here, and we also had a bit of a night out with some of his girlfriend and his closest friends. I think I might have done a little video of that actually, so I'll link it if I did. We went out for an Indian meal, which is what William chose, and some family members and some old friends as well for that, so that was really nice. It was a nice celebration. When I look back at my big birthdays, I don't remember being 20 at all. Do not remember my 20th birthday. Couldn't tell you what happened or where I was even. My 30th birthday, we were camping on Dartmoor with some friends, a girl I worked with at the time and her boyfriend. Excuse me. And I remember having a really deep, meaningful conversation with her about aging and getting older and being 30. And 30 didn't really faze me. I wasn't bothered about being 30. I didn't have William at that point. We were still living sort of young married life, very social, going out a lot. So 30 didn't feel like a big milestone at that point. 40, I was in Spain on holiday with my parents. Had a hangover on my 40th birthday. I remember we'd been to a party the night before. And yeah, 40, I wasn't particularly thrilled about being 40, but I wasn't unthrilled either. I certainly didn't do anything big to mark the occasion. In fact, other than my 21st, when my parents put a party on for me, I don't think I've ever had a birthday party as such, or done anything particularly amazing to celebrate my birthday. One year, Ashley took me out for lunch and my parents were there for a surprise. They'd come down from Bournemouth. That was nice. But yeah, no specific things. So I'm not a big celebrator of birthdays particularly. So I think that's all I've got to say on aging and anti-aging. Let me know if you've got anything to say about it in the comments. Also, let me know, what was your best ever birthday celebration? Do you celebrate big birthdays, or what did you do? So maybe I'll get some inspiration and make a plan to do something. So thanks for watching. I hope this was enjoyable, guys. If there are any subjects you want me to cover in this series or just chat about, let me know and I will do my best to, if I've got anything to say about them, include them in the series. Thanks very much for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.